Hey everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Crafts. Super quick. I had a request to show how I paint something like these skull beads, and since I had wanted to, left 4 of them unpainted, I had wanted to try some different colors. So I did a brown one. This one is a red one, and as you can see by the red one, you may want to go back with the white afterwards, and I may do that on the video right now. And then here's the bubble one, look. And I did him orange. I thought for some reason he kind of reminded me of a pumpkin, so I did him with orange details. So I saved the last one to paint for you, and as you can see, I just painted them with the apple barrel. It's just white, and it doesn't matter that it's apple barrel, just any white acrylic paint. And I'm sure you could do a buttermilk, an off-white, whatever you wanted to start with, depending on the look you were going for. I mean, heck, you could do them in silver and then do the antiquing in black. That would be cool too. Make them look metallic-y. You know, I love everything metallic. I have a hard time not making everything shiny and sparkly. So I did white, and then I just came back with my ever popular gloss glaze. And hold on, this is my glaze that I use, and I did quite a bit of research several years ago when I started using this. The ultimate polyurethane seems to be the key. You either want a varathane or an ultimate polyurethane, and the other important thing is that it is water, soap and water cleanup. You want a water-based product. An oil-based product will react with the clay, and I'm sorry, my camera did not want to focus on the scan. I used the satin and the gloss, both of these, and the Zinsser Bullseye is the product that I started out with, but when I went to look them up online, it did pull up the Rust-Oleum product site. So I'm assuming they have merged, or they're both under the Rust-Oleum name anyway. So the Zinsser Bullseye is basically the same product. The can looks just a little different. So you know, and this can was like $7 or $8, and it's what is it, 8 ounce? Yeah, it's an 8 ounce can, and this has lasted me a super long time. I think in the 6 years that I've been doing the jewelry, this is the second can of the satin that I've gone through, and I've only gone through 1 can of the gloss, and I just emptied it, so I'll be up for a new can of that. So here we go. I've got the skull bead painted white, then painted with the glaze, and I'm hoping this doesn't make my computer go funky. So I thought for the last one I would do a hot pink, do kind of a diva skull. And this one is called, it's Ceramic Coat by Delta, and it's the fuchsia. A little more hot pinky to me, but hey, what do I know? Give it a good shake. Hoping that the paint is still good. Oh, booyah, yeah it is. Okay. And again, I've got my good scrubby, rather nasty paintbrush. But it's nothing compared to my dye rag, right? So all I'm going to do is scrub it. I want it to get down in all those little detaily nooks and crannies, depending on how detailed you went on your skull bead. And I'm not sure with that red why. Red is a very unusual paint color. It's very translucent. When you paint something red, you usually have to go over it several coats. My master bathroom is decorated similarly to a barn, you know, a red barn. And my husband and I, it's not solid red on the walls, you know, it's a wash. But we had to go over it several times to get it to cover enough for it to look barn red, and it really did turn out great. He made a little surround around the bathtub that looks like beams and stuff from a barn, you know. So my husband was in construction for, well, I guess you consider him still in construction, but he was in residential construction for oh, 20 years. So, we've got it on there. Now, all we're going to do is, sorry for my nasty rag once again, and you know every one of them I have looks just like this. We're going to wipe it back off. And at some point I will resort to taking it off the pen. The top of the head. And usually what I'll do is I have a cleaner corner. Okay, a softer corner that doesn't have dried dye on it quite so much. And I'll use that to go back and wipe the residue off. And if need be, you know, spray my corner again. Because I don't want it dripping wet, I just want it damp. I don't want to take any of the paint out of those details. You know, in the back of the skull and stuff like that doesn't really matter, but... Alright. The front of the face is the most important part, and of course, you know, I get my finger dirty and then I touch the front of the face. Put the paint right back on it. Alright. So there we go with our pink little, not very diva-ish, but our pink skull nonetheless. You could do a bracelet with pink and black ones, wouldn't that be cute? Or a charm. A chunky charm would be cute. So there we go. I'm going to go back real quick and just show, let's do it on the pumpkin one, because he's still pretty orangey. And I am notorious for painting with my finger. Let's get it on the front where it's a little easier to see. And I'm so sorry, I'm trying not to be too close to the camera. My little tripod is giving me some trouble. It's got a loose joint in one of the legs, and so it doesn't want to stand up, and if I touch it, it'll fall. So, and again, I'm painting through the camera. I can't see anything. There we go. Just a little bit right there. There we go. Bubba got to find a new coat of paint. Ain't he cute? Now, as I can see, the red one and the pink one look very similar. Not the skulls themselves, obviously. But this is the red one. And a different color of red might have helped. Maybe a... I hate to say bloodier red, but this was cherry red. And yeah, it's a little too cherry red. Okay, it's perfectly cherry red, but it looks a little pink on the skull. There we go. That does look quite a bit better. Now some of your colors they'll wop off much easier. This is that burnt umber. Let's see, it's just an apple barrel burnt umber, and it wiped off a lot better than the other colors did. So there's no need to even touch him up. He looks plenty white. But the other three probably have a little more pigment in the paint. But that's why I glazed them first, so that the antiquing color, whatever you want to call it, will wipe off easier. Because if you didn't do that, you'd have a harder time wiping the antiquing back off. There we go. Now maybe they look a little more different. Put my cap back on before I knock the paint over. So there we go. Quick, easy, lots and lots of things you could do with them. Cute little skull beads. So there you go, Kelly. I hope that helps, and anybody else that was interested. You can put another layer of glaze on there if you choose to. It's not necessarily necessary. I would probably put a satin on there or a matte if I was going to glaze them again, unless you just wanted them shiny. So that should be it for today, for the moment, and I will holler at y'all later. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Bye now.